Now, before I start this video, let me say this. I want Kunigami to score, mainly because it limits the amount of goals that Isagi can get, okay? Because I want the Kaiser, Kunigami, and Isagi thing to be true. Why? Because BM wins. But then, I want Rin to also score a goal, even though in reality I don't really want him to. I want it to be Shido Loki goal, but Shido, Rin, score a goal. And that boosts Rin's value up more than Isagi's, and Isagi is still number 2, but Isagi outplays Rin so good that he feels like, because if Isagi gets the last goal, that means Isagi's going to somehow outplay Rin, which is going to piss him off, okay? Because Rin doesn't beat Isagi like he wanted to, because he wanted to prove his brother wrong, that, hey, Isagi's not that guy, but he gets juked by Isagi. And then, of course, Isagi's not number 1, so he's pissed about that, about Rin. Anyways, let's get on to the video. So, I don't think Kunigami will score in the PXG match, and that's mainly because it would not, thematically and narratively to his story, it would not make sense. Mainly because he does not even know his philosophy, and we are not sure how he's going to get his hero-ish mindset back. But I think I do have an idea for how his story will go. And the two people I have to help this case are Bachira and Yukimiya. Now, let's start with Bachira. So, Bachira, after he got stolen by Isagi, his first friend he ever made in bluelock, and Isagi was taken away from him. So, Bachira was left all alone waiting for Isagi to come back for him, and he was trying to understand his monster. He even asked Rin if he could train with him, and even asked him if he has a monster. Bachira later realizes that Rin and Isagi both are monsters, and he doesn't care as long as he gets to play with one of them. But later in that match, in the second selection, the 4v4, Bachira sees that they don't really care. Those two monsters are duking it out, and they don't care about him. He's going to be left behind. Even Nagi starts spinning straight facts on him. You're going to be left behind. I don't want you. I don't think Isagi wants you. And that's when Bachira awakens, and his arc comes to somewhat of a close for the first chapter, where he realizes that the ego he needs is not dependent on his monster or someone else. It's dependent on him and him only. He will become that monster. He will destroy the monster that is wanting to pass to someone, and the monster is him. And he tries to shoot, but who stops him? The original monster, Isagi Yoichi, comes in with the clutch, stopping Bachira because he believed that Bachira would awaken and go for an egotistical goal. Now, who shot that shot in the end? It was Rin, due to luck. Now, two things happened. One, that was a lesson for Isagi. But two, a part of Bachira's arc was already closed, and he didn't need to score the goal to have his arc be concluded. But when we look at the Neo-Egoist League, the conclusion to him and his monster is fully concluded there. At least I believe so far. Okay, well, first, in the U20 game, Bachira then again slips past people and tries to shoot, but his shoot gets juked out by Sendo. He does not score a goal there. But then, in the Bachira vs. BM match, before that, Lavinho tells Bachira to evolve his monster. So instead of discarding his monster like he did in the second selection, he said he would become the monster. His monster did not matter. He would even throw away his monster. He is to evolve alongside his monster. And we then see that Bachira becomes the heart of Barca, and he scores the first goal in the Neo-Egoist League. And that goal is the ending to Bachira's arc with his monster so far. Until maybe later when we get something with Bachira again, but we haven't gotten anything so far other than him just scoring goals. Now, Yukimiya. Similar case. Yukimiya, at first we see, is a pretty chill dude, but in the third selection, we don't see much from him. We don't see many goals from him. Even the one goal that we were going to see was stolen by Nagi. And the next goal we see was Reo copying Yukimiya. And similar to how Bachira was supposed to score in the U20, Yukimiya was also going to score, but that got cucked by Aiku. So, no goal to cementify his arc. But something we do see is Yukimiya state the fact that he does not have any time to deal with these guys right now. Similar to something he said to Isagi during the Manshine match, where he says, I'm running out of time. Yukimiya tries again, and the same thing that happened in the U20 game, it fails. His shot fails. He gets juked out by Prince. But everything in his arc is coming together. Eventually, when he falls into despair and believes that he will be forgotten, that he could not handle God's job given to him. He's given a bone by the one with the eye who can see with the godlike vision. And Isagi throws a bone to Yukimiya, and Yukimiya states that he will not hand over his ego to anyone else, not even God himself. And he shoots the shot. And with Reo, someone with the same godlike vision, on the shot's tail, Yukimiya surpasses that, and he increases an oblique spin on his oblique rotation on his ball, and his shot pierces through to the net. And that's when Yukimiya's arc comes together and ends. Now, what do I think will happen with Kunigami? I believe that Kuni will assist Isagi, and let me see why I think this. In the first match, Isagi is the one that passes to Kunigami, assisting him. In the Manshine match, Kunigami takes Isagi's shot that he was taking, which was gonna fail because Kaiser cooked him. And then in the Ubers match, my man stole the ball like a couple times and refused to pass to no one. He was hoarding that stuff all together. And in one of the most recent chapters, we see Ego tell Kunigami, "Hey, let that stuff go. Let go of your ego, Kunigami." And he's like, "I bet." And we even see Kunigami like heading down to like the back line and things like that to help BM versus in the PXG game. We know that there's a rivalry, a quote-unquote rivalry in the community that Kunigami is pissed at Shido. But so far we haven't seen anything like that. I think it's that Kunigami is trying to prove that he can destroy himself with what happened with the wildcard training and with what's happening now, that he doesn't need anyone, that he can be explosive like Shido. But that's not going to work out. So what's going to happen is that when Kaiser and Rin put Isagi at the brink of despair, there will be someone to help Bluelock's hero, and that will be Kunigami. In My Hero Academia, Deku is out fighting all on his own. He's struggling with his selfishness and selflessness of being a hero and having the key to defeating All for One. But he needs rest. He needs to chill. He needs someone to help him out. Now, Uraraka is the one to ask the question, when the hero is helping everyone else, who is going to help the hero? And I think that will be Kunigami's arc throughout the PXG game. Kuni will not be the hero of the match, but he will be the one to support Bluelock's hero, Japan's hero. And I think that when Kunigami helps Isagi, he will then evaluate himself and go on a little hero's journey to find out where he can become stronger and where he can grow and where he can thrive with his hero's mentality. And when we see Kunigami back in the U20 World Cup, we will see a different Kunigami, one who is a football superhero.